The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
One week after an intense battle between some great drivers of Gregory LeMay and Mason Hannigan at Limaland, we come to beautiful Williams Grove Raceway for round 7. So round 6, my mistake, of the of the Dirt Slayers Racing League Monday Night Thunder 360 Sprint Car Series presented by the Dirt Racing Network. Good evening to you all here from beautiful Williams Grove, Pennsylvania, for what is only set to be one of the best races tonight. My name, of course, is Zach Krieger. I'll be in the booth tonight walking you through all of the great 360 sprint car action tonight. 30-lap feature here from Williams Grove Raceway, just over a half mile in length here, 442 feet above sea level here in Pennsylvania. Looking partly cloudy, good 72 degrees outside. And as the drivers' meeting is starting to get underway, we are going to send it to the Foley brothers for our invocation tonight.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming? whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Big shout out to the Foley brothers once again. Always get goosebumps when I hear that national anthem. Big shout out to them. Practice going to be wrapping up real quickly. Got just a few minutes left, and actually we're going to be moving on to our first heat right now. Quickly though, Tyler Tischendorf topping the times with a 17:39, so keep an eye on Tish tonight. Give a quick hello to Jordan Eater and Scott King. See them in the chat. We're going to move on now to heat number 1. Let's get it looking right now. Outlaw Motorsport number 23 car, or 33 car of Lane Snook going to be starting out on pole. Last night's Midwest Racing Series, Midwest Dirt Racing Series winner to his outside, a homeboy, the number 1 of Kenny Hoffman. To his second row now, Nicholas McGathey in the 073 car finds himself sitting there with Trevor Royer, another, actually no, Trevor Royer not going to make the race right now, so that's going to move Mason Hannigan up to that second row. And the other car on track, that 5 car, is going to be JP Scheider. JP actually going to be starting 4th. Mason starting on the back. 3 other cars are supposed to be in here. Alex Jarzynski, as you can see, Brandon Boyles. Unfortunately for them, not making the race right now. Pace car going to get moving here. You can see Chance Voiles up in the chat. Unfortunately, trying to cheer for Brandon Voiles. He does not make the race, so very interesting to see there. Getting ready to go green here real quickly. Lights are off on the iRacing pace truck. Once again, it'll be Snook and Hoffman on your front row. See what these two got for each other, if anything. Adjust my mic there real quickly. Want to make sure I got that all set up. As pace car makes his way off onto pit road, Lane Snook gonna lead them to green. Heat number 1 underway here at Williams Grove. Good start for Lane Snook. He's gonna pull right away from the pack. Keep an eye here on the second place car of Nicholas McGathey. He's gonna be challenged down low by Mason Hannigan and up high by Kenny Hoffman. Let's see if any of them have anything for him. Doesn't look like anything quite yet as they head now down through turns 3 and 4, heading down the front straightaway. The 2-1 cars almost side by side there between Hoffman and Hannigan. Hannigan gets a momentous run down the back straightaway. He pulls side by side with Nicholas McGathey. Hannigan gonna look to throw a slider here. He has to keep it to the bottom as he wasn't clear. Side by side still at the line. Give it to Hannigan here at the end of lap 2. Mason Hannigan, last week's feature winner, doing a very good job at keeping it going. Trying to get that momentum right back as McGathey gonna move to the bottom of a big slider from Nicholas. Not gonna get it done. Hannigan gonna turn right back down under him, pull right on past him. Kenny Hoffman looking to the bottom of Nicholas McGathey as well. McGathey might be losing out here on 4th place. Heading into turn 3 and 4. Oh, McGathey and Hannigan get together. That's going to put McGathey a little bit off the track, and Kenny Hoffman going to slip right by, moving him into that 3rd place spot, but I don't think Nicholas is going to take that much longer. He's going to look to the top side and see what he can get done. McGathey looking to the outside of Hoffman, my mistake, the 2 H's, mixing it up in my head. McGathey has it at the end. He's got the spot for 3rd right now. No big battle here for 3rd place. As Nicholas McGathey going to pull just a little bit away, and he's going to look to the bottom side. Nicholas McGathey and Kenny Hoffman, still a big battle for these two for the 3rd place spot. JP Schreider actually looking to potentially challenge Kenny Hoffman for that last transfer spot, as he's looking high in turns 3 and 4. High line, always one of the best lines, to say the very least. Up high is JP. He's got it on the back straight away. Kenny gonna have to pull right in behind him and try to run the top side along with him. Big battle here now for the last transfer spot, and actually a battle for 3rd place, as Nicholas McGathey has come under fire from JP Schneider. Schneider to the top side. McGathey gonna slide up in front of him and cut him off, but Nicholas does not have it, and JP does. Down in the turn 3 and 4, beep bopping on the bottom, it slides on up in front of Nicholas. He's got the spot here, coming to 1 to go. White flag out for Lane Snook. He's done a great job. We're gonna keep an eye here on our last transfer spot. Big battle now. What does Kenny Hoffman do? He looks to the bottom. Nicholas McGathey gonna look to the bottom as well. They are 3 wide through turns 3 and 4. It's gonna be McGathey had it at the line. Hoffman gonna finish in 5th, with Alex Scherzinski finishing in 6th. He was able to get out for at least a lap. Pull up the results here real quickly. It was Snook, Hannigan, Scheider, and McGathey get the transfer spots, with Hoffman, Scherzinski, Royer, and Voiles having to move to the consolation races. We're going to look here at your starting grid for heat number 2. Ooh, that's not the right button. That is the right button. Starting on the pole, the 93 car, that purple car, you can just see him in the back. That is going to be Cody Terry. Starting alongside him, the 77 car of Lauren Kelly. Second row going to be Nathan Davis in that 36 car, with Tyler Schell, the 45. Moving to his outside. Jacob Schmutz finds him, or sorry, it's Trevor Frank actually finds himself in 3rd place. Trevor had a good run last week, finds himself in 5th place starting spot, with Jacob Schmutz in the 1 car starting to his outside. The back row, Kevin Klick going to be starting on the inside with a name that we have not seen in quite a while. You can see him just coming into frame. That car is going to be Kendall Tucker out of Carolina, the 000 Swindell Speed Labs car, I think that is, if I am not mistaken, but do not quote me on that. Kendall, you can see, doing just a little bit maybe of a running start, definitely trying to get his car back up to speed. See Tim Nichols in the chat. Hello to Tim. I think Tim's going to be coming up here in a later heat. Cody Terry, though, going to start on the pole here in heat number 2. I see what Cody gets done. A driver that's been having a few good runs more recently, of Lauren Kelly starting to his outside as they head into turns 3 and 4. Looking to the front straightaway. We go green here in heat number 2. Green flag is out. Good start for Cody Terry. He's going to try to pull away from the pack. But that bottom line, Nathan Davis looked very strong. They head down the back straightaway. Nathan Davis going to look to the inside of Cody Terry and look for the lead out of turn 4. Davis on the bottom, Terry on top. Nathan Davis has it up. Sorry, Cody Terry has it on the line, and we got a big crash further back. That was Lauren Kelly getting on his side. Not sure what happened to Lauren. We're going to keep an eye here on the battle as Nathan Davis has the lead now, and Cody Terry looking to the top. Doesn't look like he has anything, and now the fight is for third. Trevor Frank looking to get past Tyler Schell, but Schell very strong already at the position for Tyler in that 85 car. Trevor Frank, a driver that loves the top side. He ripped it at Plymouth Dirt Track last season en route to his B-Mod Championship. He's going to look to the bottom, though, this time, as they're going to both get past Cody Terry on the bottom. Terry falling back to 4th now. Still a battle for the 2nd place spot. Now it's going to be actually a battle for the 3rd place spot between Trevor Frank and Cody Terry. Terry on the bottom, Frank on the top. What does Frank have? Oh, Frank going to run him all the way down, because here comes Kendall Tucker on the top side. Tucker ripping the lip. He moves down to the bottom to try and sneak his way past Trevor Frank. Terry, big slider in 3 and 4. Kendall Tucker has it for 3rd place. Trevor Frank looking to defend and get to that 3rd place spot once again. Doesn't look like he has anything quite yet for the 00 car of Kendall Tucker. We got a battle for your race lead. Look at Nathan Davis. Oh, contact between Kendall Tucker and Tyler Schell as the caution flag flies. What a run in heat number 2. Let's go back and look at it. So you can see it here in turn 1. You can see Kendall Tucker heading into turn 1. And, a little bit of contact there between him and Tyler Schell. And unfortunately, Cody Terry in that 93 car going to get right on into him. And that will be the cause of the caution. And ladies and gentlemen, I will say we're going to be a little bit cautious with replays tonight. If you tuned in to the Hales Corner Speedway Sim Racing League last night, there were some issues with audio and chopped it down to some of the replays, some of the noise that the replays make. So we're going to be kind of cautious. If we see it happen on the screen, we're going to perhaps just move on past it. Not 100% sure quite yet. So ask that you do bear with us. Big oof there indeed, Jordan. Car's still pacing, and Kendall Tucker gonna get moved to the back of the field. Actually, Kendall, I think, ran into the pit lane real quickly there. Maybe giving a little bit of a drive through there. Not 100% sure, so we're not gonna quote it on that, of course. Do once again apologize for me clearing my throat. So it's gonna look like this. Schell, Davis, Frank, your top 3 with Kevin Click holding down that last transfer spot. 3 laps to go at the line. They're gonna make their way through turns 3. Out of 4, foot to the floor, we go back. Green flag racing here at Williams Grove. Good start for Tyler Schell. He's going to pull away, and we're going to keep an eye here on the battle for 3rd between Trevor Frank and Kevin Click. Click and Frank, 2 guys who have raced each other really cleanly so far. Looking very strong. Click to the bottom side, trying to see what he has against Trevor Frank. Does not look like anything yet. Popsicle sticks in the air for Tyler Schell. Battle now for the 2nd place spot between Nathan Davis and Trevor Frank. Trevor Frank had a rocket ship out of turn 2. He pulls side by side with Nathan Davis. He pulls to the inside. He pulls right across the nose. Slide job city here at Williams Grove. He's got the move done out of turn 4. Move Trevor Frank up into the 2nd place spot on the white flag. battle now for third. There's a little bit of contact there between Davis and Frank. Frank hits the ball hard, flipping down the back straightaway. Out of turn 4, Tyler Schell gonna bring it on home and get the win in heat number 2. A little bit of contact there between Davis and Frank, unfortunately. That is how the cookie crumbles at the end of heat number 2, and we will get your results up real quick. Come on. Still waiting here on heat 2 finishes. Here it is. Setting it up, rep signs and graphics. Heat race number 2, won by Tyler Schell, Nathan Davis, Kevin Click, and Jacob Schmutz gonna follow him for the 4 transfer spots. Kendall Tucker in 5th, gonna move with Lauren Kelly, Trevor Frank, and Cody Terry into the consolation races. We're gonna get the grid here for heat number 3. This one's going to be brought to you by Scott King's Designs. Starting on the pole, we said we were going to see him at some point. Actually, no, he's going to be starting on his outside. My mistake. Starting on the pole is going to be the 92 of Peyton Grease. Starting his outside, that's the car. I said it. Tim Nichols in the 131. Good to see Tim. The Handmade Motorsports number 13 of Eric Wilkie finds himself in row number 2. Eric was posting photos of his non-wing sprint car that is getting up and running today. They're going to get their car going in a little bit. To his outside, the 35 car, that is going to be Miles Jansen of Parabellum Esports. Row 3, Ernie Williams Jr. in that 91 UDTV car. To his outside, one of the front runners in last week's race, the Elbows Up Sim Sport number 991 of Gregory LeMay. LeMay up on the top side right now, you can see him there. Sammy McNabb, the number 22 car, going to be starting in 7th with Casey Miller starting in 8th. So an 8-car field here for heat number 3. Once again, this one's brought to you by Scott Kings. Thanks, Scott. We look up here in turn 3 and 4. Jansen, Grease, hits the loud pedal. We go green flag racing. Grease, a good start, keeping an eye here on the 24 of Eric Wilkie. Big slider from Wilkie, not trying to see what Eric Wilkie has to offer. Not anything quite yet. He's going to move into that second place spot. There were contact further behind. That looks to be Miles Jansen and Tim Nichols getting involved in that. All those cars still on track, though, keeping an eye here on the battle for second place now, as the 91 car of Ernie Williams Jr. looking very strong, trying to see what he has to offer. Williams on the bottom side, trying to see, oh, my mistake, trying to see what he has. Eric Wilkie now moving up still in the second place, and Sammy McNabb looking to the bottom of Ernie Williams Jr. trying to see what he has to offer here. Battle for third place right now between Williams and McNabb. Doesn't look like anything quite yet. We're going to keep an eye here on the battle for second place now, as Ernie Williams starting to pull a little bit closer to Eric Wilkie. You can see it, Williams to the bottom, Wilkie still on that top side. Eric Wilkie, one that loves the top side. Let's see what happens here, only about a 10th separate them. With 5 laps to go, we do apologize as the overlay looks to not be working 100%. Trying to figure out what is going on with that. We've now got a little bit of a battle for the lead between Peyton Grease and Eric Wilkie. Wilkie has closed the gap to Peyton. Wilkie on the top side with the momentum, trying to see if he can get to the top of Peyton Grease here with 3 laps to go. It doesn't look like it. The gap is bigger to Grease than it is to Williams. And I think Eric Wilkie is just going to look right now and try to stay in for the pole dash. Meanwhile, we find Sammy McNabb in 4th place. McNabb doing a good job. Miles Jansen in 5th. 6th place, Gregory LeMays on a big move. Casey Miller and Tim Nichols 7th and 8th. We're going to keep an eye here on the battle for 2nd as Ernie Williams Jr. has gotten past Eric Wilkie. And he is even looking for the lead out of turn 4. Nothing quite yet as they come to the white flag. Wilkie looking very happy to send it here in turn 1. Big send from Eric Wilkie. He slides all the way up, and Williams going to pull right past him. Eric Wilkie's got one more opportunity here. Wilkie to the top side, Williams to the middle to the top. Slides on up, not going to have it. Peyton Grease going to get the win here in heat number 3. Ernie Williams Jr. in 2nd, and Eric Wilkie goes for a big flight there at the end. Hope he's okay. And we will look here real quickly at our results here for heat number 3. Grease, Williams Jr., Eric Wilkie, and Sammy McNabb all going to move on to the feature right away. LeMay, Jansen, Miller, and Nichols going to have to go in through the consolation races. It's gridding time now for the next run. Get those up on screen right now, starting on the pole. It's going to be 2 Wisconsin boys, a whole Wisconsin front row starting on the pole. The GB Restorations and Repair, number 777, my mistake, out of Wisconsin. That's going to be Gary Budzing, and to his outside, your quick practice time, the number 26 car of Tyler Tischendorf, also out of Wisconsin. Michael Sheridan and the Brent Marks Racing Sim Team, number 15 car, starts in 3rd with the 73 car of Larry Moody to his outside. Starting in 5th, getting a bump up because Zach Dykstra does not make the grid, is going to be Carter Chevrolet in that 15C car. Garrett Boyd is going to start to his outside in the 21. Boyd racing for Boyd Power Sports, and on the back row, starting shotgun on the field, the 14X car. That's going to be Braxton Wilson. Had the overlays working just a second ago. Unfortunately, does not look like they are going to work right now. Yep, they're just overlapping each other. So we're going to go green here in heat number 4. My mistake, because the green flag comes out. A good start there for Budzine, but Tischendorf gets a rocket ship out of turn 4. Budzine gets a little squirmy off of turn 2. That's going to move him down the order. Michael Sheridan on the bottom side looking to get past Carter Chevrolet, who moves up into 2nd. Nothing quite yet as Sheridan has to fight off Larry Moody. The School of Sim Racing heat number 4 looking to start off very strong here so far, as we've got a battle for the 3rd place spot right now, as Larry Moody's looking very excitable to try to get past Michael Sheridan. Tischendorf still your leader as we've got to fight for the final transfer spot between Moody and Wilson. Braxton Wilson on the top, Larry Moody taking that slider line in the middle of the track, trying to see what he has. Wilson gonna look to the bottom here in turns 3 and 4. He's gonna look to try and slide up. He's not clear, so he's gonna have to hold it to the bottom, but he still gets the move done, but Larry Moody gonna have the momentum down the back straightaway. Momentum with Larry Moody. Oh, Braxton Wilson slid up, but did not have the spot. Wilson moves up in the 4th now. Moody down in the 5th. Larry Moody going to look very happy and try to get past that number 14X car, but it just does not look like anything. We've got a battle for the 2nd place spot between Tischendorf and Sheridan. Sheridan looking very happy to try and get past Tyler Tischendorf. The battle for 2nd is the one on screen. Final transfer spot now looking very strong between Larry Moody and Braxton Wilson. Wilson gets a little tap of the wall there. Seeing what these guys have to offer for these cars. To the bottom side is Larry Moody. He's got the spot. I do apologize, Mark. Nothing I can really help about that, unfortunately. Larry Moody into fourth now, trying to see what he has and trying to get away from Braxton Wilson. Wilson on the top side, trying to use the momentum out of turn 4. Doesn't look like he has it quite yet. He gets into the wall as well. 2 laps to go here between for all these cars. Carter Chevalier has now moved into the race lead, and he started to run away from Tyler Tischendorf. We're going to keep an eye here on this battle for 4th place. White flag is out here. Battle for the final transfer spot is heating up. Wilson to the bottom, trying to move under Larry Moody. Doesn't look like he hasn't quite yet. Is Larry Moody going to turn right back down under him and move away? They're going to come to the line here. Carter Chevalier going to get the heat win with Tyler Tischendorf and Michael Sheridan following him through. But the battle here is for the final transfer spot. Wilson gets into the wall. Oh no. Braxton Wilson with the momentum had let it into the wall. And that's going to move him down in the 5th place. Unfortunate there for Braxton. Look at the results here for heat number 4 real quickly. Carter Chevalier got the win with Tyler Tischendorf in 2nd. Michael Sheridan and Larry Moody going to move into the final transfer spots, with Braxton Wilson, Garrett Boyd, Gary Budsey, and Zach Dykstra having to go through the consolation races. And speaking of the consolation races, let's get them started here. Starting on the pole is going to be Miles Jansen in the Parabellum Esports car, the Boyd Power Sports car of Garrett Boyd. Starting alongside him, Trevor Royer going to be starting in 3rd place with Trevor Frank and all Trevor 2nd row. Casey Miller and Gary Budsey going to occupy row number 3 with Brandon Voiles and Cody Terry occupying row 4. Tim Nichols and Zach Dykstra going to be rounding out the rest of the grid here. Drivers pacing right now. See what they all have to offer here. Seven cars, Brandon Voiles, Cody Terry, and Zach Dykstra not making the call, so it looks to be the end of their night. Out of turn 4, foot to the floor, we go green here at Williams Grove. 10 laps the distance for this race. And we've got a 3-car battle already for the lead between Miles Jansen, Trevor Royer, and Garrett Boyd. To the bottom goes Trevor Royer. He gets the spot. Now we keep an eye here on the battle for 2nd place between Frank and Jansen. Trevor Frank, big slider in turns 1 and 2. He's going to pull it off and have the momentum down the straightaway by Miles Jansen. Going to fight right back and pull right back under him here. Trevor Frank on the top side, Miles Jansen on the bottom side. Jansen's got the spot, but for now, at least, to the top side goes Trevor Frank once again, trying to see what he has against Miles Jansen. Very good run for those two, trying to see who gets the spot between Jansen and Frank, the teammates. They're looking very strong so far. Still the battle for 2nd is the best battle on track, giving each other a lot of respect. Trevor Royer trying to get, Casey Miller trying to get involved in that battle as well. Just does not look like he has the momentum He's on the bottom side, though, and almost getting in to Miles Jansen, which doesn't look like it yet, because we're going to have a 3-car battle now for a second between Frank, Jansen, and Miller for just a little bit. The 35 car of Miles Jansen on the bottom side looking very strong, but Trevor Frank just has the momentum up top, and this has let Trevor Royer just run away with this race. He's doing a very good job at just getting away from the pack and doing a great job at it, as they started to get themselves a little bit away, and now this is going to allow Casey Miller to try and challenge Miles Jansen. Jansen still on the bottom, and Miller still on the bottom. Casey Miller trying to do the best he can to try and get past that 35 car. Oh! Jansen gets a little out of shape there, and does a little bit of a big slide, and Casey Miller gonna move down a few spots on the order. He's running without a nose ring right now, and he's trying to fight Garrett Boyd, but it just doesn't look like he has anything quite yet. The battle here between Garrett Boyd and Casey Miller has started to heat up here with 2 laps to go now. Casey Miller trying to get back up to where he first started here with the white flag coming out. Oh, Garrett Boyd got a little iffy through the corner, out of 4 there, and that might just allow Casey Miller to take that spot from him. Does Garrett Boyd have anything for Casey Miller quite yet? It doesn't look like it. Trevor Royer going to bring it around turn 4. He's going to get the win here in this consolation race. Trevor Frank going to bring it home in a second. Miles Jansen in third. And we're going to get the results here for the C main up in just a second. So Trevor Royer, Trevor Frank, Miles Jansen, Tim Nichols, Garrett Boyd, all going to finish there. Unfortunately, it's actually going to be 5th and lower. So Boyd, Miller, Budzine, Voiles, Terry, and Dykstra going to finish outside of the spots, as we're going to move on to our B main right here. We'll get your grid order here for the B main starting on the pole. The 001 car, that is going to be Kenny Hoffman. To his outside, Kendall Tucker starts in second. Third place goes to Gregory LeMay. Fourth to Braxton Wilson. 5th goes to Alec Shierzinski. Shierzinski, good to see him back on track after missing the heat race, with Lauren Kelly starting in 6th. 7th place goes to Trevor Royer, with Trevor Frank starting in 8th. Again, an all-Trevor 4th row, with Miles Jansen and Tim Nichols rounding it out. School of Sim Racing B main about to get underway here. Cars all getting ready to go. See what these guys have to offer with each other. We're going to go with this little overlay here for just a bit, as it is really the only one that is working, unfortunately. The 01 car and the 000 car of Kendall Tucker are going to be starting here from the front row. Pace car is in B main. 12 laps. Let's get it underway, boys. Green flag is out here in the B main. A good start for Hoffman. He's going to pull away, and we're going to keep an eye here on the battle for a second, as they're 3 wide for a little bit there, as they all head down the back straightaway and keeping it straight. Already, Trevor Frank moving up a few spots. He's up 3 on his current time. Got either on Braxton Wilson, you can see on the overlay, and a fight here for the first place spot between Hoffman and Tucker. Kenny Hoffman to the top side, Kendall Tucker to the bottom. Tucker going to be able to have the momentum down the front straightaway. Does he? He does not. Move Kenny Hoffman back up into the place spot. See lap times there right now on the side. That is still your order right now, as Kendall Tucker still finding himself in second place with Kenny Hoffman in first. Hoffman on the top side puts in the fastest lap of the race. Battle now is going to be for the 5th place spot between Miles Jansen and Trevor Frank. Trevor Frank, big slider, almost got into Braxton Wilson. Trevor Frank gonna lose the spot out to Trevor Royer. Trevor Royer slides up in turns 1 and 2 and gets the job done. Moving down the front back straightaway now. Does Frank try something? Yes, he does. Big slider from Trevor Frank on Trevor Royer. The two Trevors putting a great battle together between the two. Still the battle now between Miles Jansen and Trevor Frank. Jansen looking to try and see what he can do. Frank on the top, Jansen on the bottom. As a caution flag comes out, that is Kendall Tucker going for a big ride. That is a big hit for Kendall Tucker. Brings out a caution flag halfway now through the B main. Let's go back and see what happened. Keep our eyes here on Kendall Tucker. See if we can get a better angle on it. You can see Kendall on the top side. Oh, a little bit of a rear contact and just eats into that barrier, unfortunately for Swindell's car. Kendall got it back on all 4 wheels, but as you can see, he is no longer on track. He's bringing that car to the pit lane, as that looks to be a little bit of a damaged car for Kendall. Kenny Hoffman still leads it though. A great run for Kenny so far here in the B main. Lights off on the iRacing pace truck, going back green this time by just a few laps to still go here. Hoffman on the bottom. Braxton Wilson got a little bit squirmy there, potentially a little bit of contact between him and Trevor Royer as we go back green flag racing. Trevor Royer finds himself now in third. Trevor Frank is coming under pressure from Miles Jansen. Trying to keep an eye on the battle there. You can see Gregory LeMay making some big power moves, trying to see what he can get done. 3 wide there for third place right there for just a second. 3 wide now for second. Great battle between these 3. Braxton Wilson, Trevor Royer, and Trevor Frank putting on an absolute clinic for second place right now. With just a few laps to go, they're still 3 wide in turns 1 and 2. Gregory Lee May gets involved in an incident. He's going to move into the pit lane. So unfortunately for Gregory, that ends his night. Keeping an eye now on the battle for second place. It is heated up. 3 wide for the battle for second place with just 2 laps to go. Who is going to have it? Trevor Royer right now finds himself in second with Frank and Wilson, third and fourth respectively. Braxton Wilson starting to fall back just a little bit as the white flag comes out. Still, the battle for third is now going to be for second. Oh, contact there. And look at Kendall Tucker. He's moved up into third place. He's going to look for second. He's not going to have it. Kendall Tucker going to go around. Kenny Hoffman in the end is going to come across the line in first. Trevor Royer going to bring it home in second. And a chaotic ending here for the B main, as we're going to get the results up here in just a second. Trevor Royer goes for a ride on the infield. Let's look here at the results for your B main. Looks like this. Kenny Hoffman going to get the win with Trevor Royer, Trevor Frank, Tim Nichols, Alex Scherzinski, Miles Jansen, Lauren Kelly, Braxton Wilson, Kendall Tucker, and Gregory LeMay winding it out. We're going to move on to your pole dash here. Pole dash going to be just a few laps, and we're going to try to see what we can get on said pole dash lineup wise. It's going to be Mason Hannigan in first with the 15 car to his outside. Not 100% sure who that 15 car is going to be. It's going to be Carter Chevalier to his outside. Peyton Grease is third. Tyler Schell is fourth. The 23 car of Lane Snook is fifth. Nathan Davis and Tyler Tischendorf and Early Williams Jr. as well. Green flag is out now on our pole dash. Good run away for Mason Hannigan. He's going to be able to pull a big gap there. Keep an eye here on Carter Chevalier as the fight for second place is heated up. And as I say that, Chevalier gets a rocket ship down the front straightaway. He's able to pull past, but we've still got a great battle going on here. Peyton Gree is now looking to make a few moves. Peyton Gree's on the bottom. Tyler Schell finds himself in third. Nathan Davis fighting against Peyton Grease for fourth place. Grease on the bottom. Davis on the top. What do they have for each other as they head down the back straightaway? Tyler Schell looking to try to take the lead away here from Carter Chevalier in the second place spot. About to fall. Oh, Tyler Schell gets a little upset down the front straightaway. A car was weaving and going all over the place as he's going to pull side by side with Carter Chevalier. What does he have? Battle still going to be for the second place spot as Mason Hannigan has moved to the bottom. Tyler Schell has moved to the top. Carter Chevalier has moved to the middle. We've got a big battle now for second place as Chevalier looking to the bottom. Big slider in turns 3 and 4. He hits the wall. Davis hits the wall behind him. Coming to the checkered flag, I think. Nope, Mason Hannigan still going to be out in front. Tyler Schell going to be looking pretty excited there. White flag here for the pole dash. Big slider from Schell. He's not going to have it down. And Mason Hannigan going to get the win in in the pole dash. He is going to be starting on the pole. Tyler Schell follows him in second. Carter Chevalier in third with Nathan Davis in fourth. And we're going to look to see the rest as going to move to a quick warm-up session, which with that being said, we are going to quickly throw it down and get a look with our sponsors. It is feature time here at Williams Grove. Thanks to Tim Sims for sponsoring the Dirt Racing Network. We're going to look here at the grid. Gotta get this off the screen, and we are actually going to move from the back forward as the pole dash gets it set up. So starting on the shotgun of the field, the 22 car, that is going to be Miles Jansen. To his outside, your reigning champion, Alex Sierzinski. Inside, sorry. Tim Nichols finds himself in 20th with Trevor Frank in 19th. 18th goes to Trevor Royer. Kenny Hoffman finds himself in 17th. 16th goes to Larry Moody. Sammy McNabb is going to start 15th. 14th goes to Jacob Schmutz, and to his inside is going to be Nicholas McGathy. Michael Sheridan finds himself 12th. Eric Wilkie finds himself 11th. 10th place goes to Kevin Click. 9th to JP Schreider. 8th place is going to go to Tyler Tischendorf. Actually, we're going to let them rearrange themselves because that is not correct, as the pole dash set itself up. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, not exactly sure what's going on with the overlays right now. Trying to get them to work. Unfortunately, it just doesn't look like they are. We are going to try this real quickly. There we go. Whoop. Figured it out. Alright, so starting on the pole, it's going to be Mason Hannigan. To his outside is going to be Tyler Schell. Carter Chevrolet are going to be starting in 3rd with Nathan Davis in 4th. Peyton Grease 5th. Tyler Tischendorf 6th. 7th goes to Lane Snook, and 7th goes to Ernie Williams Jr. 8th goes to Lane Snook. See it quickly in the chat from Cody Terry. Terry poking a little fun at Tim Sims. Tim Nichols making the features a lot. It's good to see Tim in these features. Oh, Tim's your boss. That's amazing. I'd love to have Tim as my boss. Good to know that from Cody Terry, but as they start to figure themselves out, we are going green this lap, so we want to thank you from the Dirt Racing Network for joining us tonight in the Dirt Slingers Racing League Monday Night Thunder Series, because here at Williams Grove, 30 laps of hard sprint car action about to get underway, because it is showtime here at Williams Grove. And the caution flag will fly here after just a few laps. We go yellow, and we are going to try and find out what has happened there. Looks to be Nicholas McGathy. Let's move to Nicholas and see what happened here. You can see him. He's on the top side right there. Good contact between the two cars. Oh, he gets out of shape and whoa, hits that outlet in the track. That is a bad impact, and unfortunately, that is going to put him out of the race. Mason Hannigan still your leader with Tyler Schell still in 2nd place. First caution of the night. Pace car gonna make his way off of the track. Mason Hannigan once again out of turn 4, gonna get another try at this, see what he can get done. Hannigan all the way up on the top side, he gives it the loud pedal. We go green flag racing, and the fight's gonna be for 2nd place heading into turn 2. Heading into turn 1. Davis on the bottom, Chevalier on the top. Chevalier gonna fall back into the grips of Peyton Grease. Peyton Grease gonna try and see what he can do. Doesn't look like anything yet. Lane Snook as well, moving to the bottom. What does Lane have for these guys? Battle for the lead now between Mason Hannigan and Tyler Schell. Two drivers that ran in the World of Outlaws iRacing Pro Series going tooth and nail with each other, trying to see what they can get. Schell is able to close, but he just doesn't look like he has anything quite yet. That car in the background was Carter Chevalier. He's got some big speed as the caution flag comes out. It's JP Schreider and Alex Straczynski as well getting involved in it. See what happened here on the replay cam. Oh, a 5 car gets up into the wall and he ends up getting in the Straczynski. Actually, he got in the 1 car of Jacob Schmutz, and a few other cars got caught up in that again. Let's see that one more time here. See, he just gets into the wall, does a little wheel stand, climbs the wall, and that's pretty much it. Gets in the Schmutz. Royer gets involved in that. Kenny Hoffman gets a piece of it. The 73 car of Lane Nicholas McGathey gets a little piece of it. So fortunately for him, gonna end a few people's nights early. Lights still on the iRacing pace truck as they start to pack back up. So Hannigan and Schell still your top 2. Both have looked very strong so far. And out of turn 4, we go green flag racing again. Hannigan, a good restart. He's going to be able to pull past everybody. And once again, we see the Carter Chevalier car moving up to the top side. He is trying to see what he can get. Schell getting into the wall. That's going to allow Nathan Davis to try and look to make a move here. Nathan Davis still on the bottom. Chevalier on top. Trying to see what he can get done. Is Carter Chevalier ripping that lip, trying to get the momentum, but Nathan Davis just has it by a nose down the straightaway. Hannigan has moved up to the top side. You can see him in the frame right now. Oh, that's Tischendorf, Grease, and another car all getting involved in that. We go yellow. We will go right back and see what happened there between Tischendorf and a few other cars. See Tischendorf on the bottom, heading into 4. Ooh, a little bit of contact there with Peyton Grease, and a few cars going to get involved in that. I think I see Eric Wilkie getting involved in that. 25 with Kevin Click getting involved, and we got a few cars with damage right there. Back green flag racing here. Quick green flag. As the fight now is going to be for the lead as Tyler Schell has gotten past Mason Hannigan. Hannigan and Schell still going at it. Nathan Davis has moved up into the top. Carter Chevalier moves to the pit lane. He got involved. I think he may have gotten a little too high there. Tyler Schell to the lead. Mason Hannigan on the bottom. What does the Little Hurricane have for your race leader? Doesn't look like anything quite yet. We're going to keep an eye now on the battle for 4th place. Ray Williams Jr. and Sammy McNabb going back and forth. What does McNabb have? Commentator's curse as he gets into the wall. That's going to break that fight up and allow Trevor Royer to get back. Fight for the lead between Schell and Hannigan. Hannigan had him side by side down the front straightaway, but it just doesn't look like he has it just yet. Mason Hannigan gets into the wall as well. It almost looks like Hannigan has knocked those wheels out of alignment. Be interested to see what has, if that tampers Mason Hannigan's car. Trevor Frank looks to have gotten involved in an incident. Unfortunate for Trevor, do not see him on the relative. Gap has opened up now. Keep an eye here on the battle for fourth between Sammy McNabb and Ernie Williams Jr. They're going at it with each other. Let's see what they can do. McNabb gets into the wall. Royer gets into the wall now. Is Trevor Royer going to look into the picture of trying to get into that 5th place spot? It just doesn't look like he has anything quite yet. Sammy McNabb on the bottom trying to see what he can get done. Doesn't look like it's anything quite yet. The battle's now going to be looking like for 3rd, as Ernie Williams Jr. is slowly catching Nathan Davis. But your leader's getting into lap traffic now. Get a quick eye here on Tyler Schell as he, with 13 laps to go, still he leads. Slow car on the bottom, not 100% sure who that is. Keep an eye here now on Trevor Royer as he is looking to challenge. Right there against Sammy McNabb. Royer on the bottom, McNabb on the top. Royer gonna move down to the bottom, throws a big bomb in turns 1 and 2. Royer, a great move to get that spot away from Sammy McNabb. Battle now for the 3rd place spot. That last podium spot doesn't look like it's anything quite yet, as Nathan Davis has started to pull away from Ernie Williams Jr., but Williams throwing a slider lines in turns 1 and 2, able to close the gap just a little bit between him and Nathan Davis. As they come to the line, 11 laps to go. Tyler Schell is still out in front. He has looked to get away from the pack. A little bit of a wall tap there in 3 and 4. He's doing a good job at keeping this gap. It's about a second, 0.8 the entire time between him and Hannigan. So fortunately for Mason Hannigan, it just doesn't look like anything's biting quite yet. Battle now with Ernie Williams Jr. on the bottom, and Nathan Davis going to be trying to work around the 21 car of Trevor Frank. With 9 laps to go, Davis gets around the lap car of Trevor Frank with ease. Big slide in the 1 and 2 is going to get that spot for him. Trevor Frank looking to get potentially a spot back, does not work. And that's going to allow Trevor Royer to get involved and trying to get to Ernie Williams Jr. That lap car has really started to come in as a caution comes out. That is Miles Jansen on the bottom of the track right there. Get an eye on Miles. We have to go back and see what happened to him. Let's see, so here he is out of turn 2. Oh, and Eric Wilkie gets a little out of shape and is going to come right down on him. So unfortunately for Miles, that is going to put him at the back. Eric Wilkie got a little out of shape there, and unfortunately for Miles, he's going to get the brunt of it. It moves to the pit lane. Tyler Schell, though, still your leader with 8 laps to go at the line. This is going to make it really interesting because Mason Hannigan closes that gap back up, and we've seen that Mason is very strong in trying to short run pace wise. Mason is probably one of the best people short run pace seeing it, so it'll be interesting to see what Mason does. Tyler Schell leaving a nice big gap to the pace truck here. Running down your order quickly, it's going to be Tyler Schell, Mason Hannigan, Nathan Davis, Ernie Williams Jr., Trevor Royer, Sammy McNabb, Kenny Hoffman, Lane Snook, Larry Moody, Peyton Grease, Michael Sheridan, Kevin Click, Tyler Tischendorf, Trevor Frank, and Eric Wilkie. Your top 15, Miles Jansen and Tim Nichols to the pit lane. In 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th goes to Carter Chevrolet, JP Schrader, and Jacob Schmutz. 2 other cars out of this race fully go to Alex Straczynski and Nicholas McGathey. Lights off on the iRacing pace truck. We're going to keep it planted on Mason Hannigan's car. The little Hurricane is looking ready to go here with just a short few laps left. Out of turn 4, foot to the floor, green flag back underway here at Williams Grove, 7 laps to go, and here comes Mason Hannigan, another caution right away. This time it's gonna be Peyton Grease. I'm gonna quickly go look back at what happened to Peyton, as I have a feeling we're gonna be going green real quickly. See you off of turn 4, a little bit of stack up there, and Peyton's gonna get the brunt of it. Unfortunately there for Peyton Grease, he gets into it. Peyton's night not going super well. Gonna go back live right now, and still Shell and Hannigan out in front. These two have put on a battle so far. Lights go off. Oh no, lights still on the iRacing pace truck. I would assume they're going to go off real quickly here. See what these guys have to offer here. Actually, as the wave around goes to true, that's going to be Miles Jansen getting the wave around. We can get an eye here on the 35 car real quickly. Still gonna be Tyler Shell out in front, pace truck going through turn 4 right now. His lights should go off at the line. Should be going green this time by. Indeed they do. So now at the line, it's gonna be 6 laps to go. And we can see what these guys all have to offer for them. Get a quick little look in here at the time left in the race. 24 minutes left in the race. In the last season, we got very close to hitting the time limit for the race. So we will see what happens. As the pace truck makes his way on to pit road, we're going to crank it up here for the this restart lap. Your battle for the lead has spiced up between Mason Hannigan and Tyler Shell. Hannigan on the bottom, Shell on the top. Trying to see what they can get done. What does Mason Hannigan have? Ernie Williams Jr. fighting against Nathan Davis here. Battle for second place has started to really heat up. Sorry, for third place. That final podium spot. And don't count out Trevor Royer. Royer rips the top. Doesn't look like he has anything quite yet. Mason Hannigan still in second, Tyler Shell still in first, with Ernie Williams Jr. still now finding himself in third on that top side. Nathan Davis in fourth. Here comes Kenny Hoffman up 12 spots already, as well as Trevor Royer. Gonna see what he can get. Keeping an eye now on the battle for third as it is heated up between Ernie Williams Jr. and Nathan Davis, as Kenny Hoffman looking to get involved as well. 2 laps to go here at Williams Grove. Ernie Williams Jr. has it as the caution flag flies with just 2 laps to go. It's Tyler Tischendorf and Kevin Click getting involved in it. Let's go back and see what happened here. Keeping an eye here on Tish and Click. I think this actually may have been started with Kevin Click. Oh, No, maybe not. Tyler Tischendorf going in for a big slider, but unfortunately cannot get it done. Gets in the click and pulls out the caution flag. This is really going to spice this race up. The problem for Hannigan, if you ask me, was that 7 to go run was not enough, or was too much for Hannigan. Didn't want to make a move because he knew Shell had a few laps to go. As the pace lights go out on the iRacing pace truck, we will be going green with just 2 laps to go. We're going to keep an eye out here on the front 2 to start off with, because their battle is going to be monumental. What does the 85 car have? What does the 1 car have? What does Ernie Williams Jr. maybe have? Out of turn 4, 2-lap shootout. Green flag back out here at Williams Grove. Shell to the bottom, Hannigan to the bottom, Ernie Williams Jr. to the top. What does Williams have? Nothing quite yet, as the caution flag flies once again. This time it looks to be Trevor Frank and Kevin Click. We will see what happened. So the green flag comes out. Click looks low, gets into Frank. Tyler Tischendorf gets involved. Tisch loses his front nose wing. And the rest is history. These guys all looking very racy so far. I would assume we are going green this time by. Wait to see if the lights go out on the iRacing pace truck. Which they do. So we will be going back green here in just a second. Pace truck makes his way onto pit road. Once again, Shell, Hannigan, and Williams, your top 3. Out of turn 4, foot to the floor, green flag back underway here at Williams Grove. A good restart for Tyler Shell. He's going to pull away, and once again, Ernie Williams Jr. going to look to the top side. Ernie Williams Jr. looking to the top, trying to get the momentum to catch back up to Mason Hannigan and Tyler Shell. Doesn't look like he has anything quite yet. Keeping an eye here on the battle for the win. Hannigan doesn't look like he's close enough to Shell. Fortunately, just doesn't look like this is Hannigan right on the back now. Tyler Shell. Tyler Shell moves to the top. Hannigan gonna look to the bottom. Shell looks to the bottom. Big move into turns 3 and 4. It's gonna be Tyler Shell gets the win here at Williams Grove tonight. Mason Hannigan brings it home in second, with Ernie Williams Jr. in third. A great fight for your race win. And Tyler Shell gonna bring it on home tonight. A good run for Tyler, a good run for Mason, and a good run for Ernie all together. And we are going to get Ernie Williams Jr. up here in the booth real soon. Get a good shot of his car. That is actually a very good shot of his car. He's going to pull it up just a little bit closer there. Looks good, and we are going to move him up here right now. We will move him up here indeed. Ernie Williams Jr., do you have a copy?
Gotcha, buddy.
That was definitely a great race, to say the very least. Tell us about it from your view.
Well, this is not one of my better tracks on the sim, so third place was like good for me, but I was just pretty much committed to a slider line, and however many positions I could get, I would take. Wasn't very good in the dash, you know what I mean? I finished 7th in that with all them guys. So to come up and finish 3rd up through there, I know a couple of them got into it, but other than that, I mean, the race seemed like it was good. The leader looked like Tyler, you know what I mean? he's sometimes he's in a league of his own at this track, and he you know, I mean, he pretty much showed again tonight. He pretty much he was the best guy running this on the track. So congratulations to him. But it looked like, you know, I mean, they might have made a little bit of racing there towards the last lap with the front 1-2. But other than that, he was a class of the field tonight, though.
Well, bring us back to those last 2 cautions. You had started to go up to the top side and looked very strong there. Were there hopes that you could potentially get up to Mason and the Tyler, or was that more of a defensive line trying to get the momentum to defend from the guys behind you?
You know what? Actually, I knew I wasn't passing Mason and Tyler. Like I said, I was content with third. You know, I mean, like I said, I ran in the dash. I ran 7th, had the 7th fastest time. So, you know, I was kind of, you know, anywhere in the top 5, I'd have been happy with. I finished 5th because I was content with 4th there because I couldn't get around my teammate Nathan. You know, there for a while, because like I said, I was pretty much committed to one line. I'm not very good at here. I usually run the cushion like on entry and everything, but you know, it's just track. Sometimes men that don't get along. So I was just. It really wasn't a defensive line or anything. It was just a line that I was running that I was probably the fastest at. You know, every once in a while I'd do something different down 3 and 4 because, you know, you could do something down there a little bit different. But as far as 1 and 2, I was committed to the slider line down there at that end at least.
That's very good to hear. It seems like you got some fans in the Facebook chat. Tim Nichols, Scott King, both cheering for you. Who do you got on the car this week that you want to give a shout out to?
Absolutely, Tim Nichols. I mean, he does a bunch for my team, and actually does a bunch for the whole community of iRacing. You know what I mean? So I want to give a big shout out to him, and appreciate him for helping us out. He does a lot. Like I said, he does a shit ton, man. Excuse my language, but he does it a lot. Black Diamond Motorsports. Want to give a shout out to them guys. We always come out here and have some fun, and that's what's important most of the nights, you know what I mean? And congratulations to Tyler, Mason, Dirt Racing Network, Velocity Designs, Ross Marenta does all our paints and stuff. So if you guys need any paints or anything like that, get a hold of him. And other than that, like I said, congratulations. Thanks for the fans for coming out and helping us, having fun, and thanks for everybody rooting for us, and hopefully everybody had a good time, and we'll hopefully see you later, guys.
That was your 3rd place finisher, Ernie Williams Jr. We're going to bring up our 2nd place finisher on the night. That was a great thing to come into. Mason Hannigan, I assume you got a copy?
Yeah. I was talking to Tyler and I was like, oh, hey, we're moved now.
Well, 2nd week in a row that you're up here. Tell us about that feature.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I knew Tyler was going to be there, obviously, and I didn't know if he was on the top of one or if he's on the middle of one, but I figured the top because it's where it had the most moisture, and he just got around me and just checked out, and I wasn't too surprised by that. This is his shit here, and he's pretty good here. So definitely the cautions definitely saved me at the end, and I made the wrong choice. He made the block choice down in 3, but it was a smart one. So I needed to go to the top down there, and I think it'd been a drag race, but that's part of it. You make decisions, and you just got to learn from them sometimes, and we'll be back next week.
You brought up the cautions real quickly. Those last few cautions, about 7 to go, and then the ones with 2 to go, were you hoping for those that maybe you could have gotten back up to Tyler, or were you just hoping for it to go green the rest of the way because you had a nice gap?
Oh, most definitely. Obviously we're going to go for the win, but I wasn't going to take him out or anything, obviously, and yeah, I don't know, all the Black Diamond boys had a good run, and you know, obviously you ain't going to win them all, so you just got to stay consistent, and sometimes you just got to do points racing, you know, and it's not like we're racing for a lot of money, so obviously you just ain't going to yard it down into 3 and, you know, move them like we're in a late model, so good run to Tyler there, and good run for Ernie.
We seem to have Tim Nichols cheering you on in the Facebook chat. Who do you got on the car this week that you want to give a quick shout out to?
Yeah, for sure, Tim. Helps our team out tremendously, and all the boys at Black Diamond, UDTV, Velocity Race Designs, Feds, all the boys at DSRL, Roger, Scott, you, and yeah, I don't know if I'll be here for big blocks. I haven't been here as of lately, so either we'll be back for big blocks, and actually we got anomalies next, so yeah, we'll be showing up to Lanier.
Well, we expect to see you there and expect to see you have a good run. Once again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Your 2nd place finisher, Mason Hannigan, my mistake. And we are going to pull up your race winner. Did a great job at getting it done tonight at Williams Grove. Bring him up into the booth right now. Tyler Shell, you got a copy?
Yeah. Hello?
Yep. Sorry, I was trying to fix something real quickly. You definitely made an impact, to say the very least, tonight. Tell us about that feature.
It was good. I didn't like to see them late race cautions. I wish they would have just stayed green. I was nice and comfortable, and then every time we get in a rhythm again, the caution come out. So yep. But other than that, it was a lot of fun. Battled Mason in the beginning, and then found a comfortable line around the top, and then with I don't know what yellow it was. One of the later ones, he pulled up beside me down the backstretch, and I figured I had to move lanes back down because 1 and 2 is getting real long around. So yep, and did that, and just focused on hitting the bottom, which we did, and came out with the win.
Both Mason and Ernie brought it up that Williams Grove is kind of your track. Do you believe that? Is Williams Grove probably one of your strongest tracks, or do you think you just had a lot of speed tonight?
Yeah, I'd probably say it's one of my stronger tracks. As of late, I feel like I haven't been great, but I definitely felt really comfortable tonight, back to what I used to be here, and yeah, just kind of felt comfortable on the bottom, felt comfortable on the top. Didn't really feel not comfortable anywhere.
And we talk about it getting a win tonight. The point standing's not very shut yet. Do you plan on coming back, running a few more races, trying to go for the points title, or are we just going to see you more sporadically?
Probably more sporadically whenever kind of have time and stuff, just with school and racing and stuff, just busy. So whenever we have time and stuff, we'll come out and race with you guys. But if not, if I'm busy, I'll see you next week.
Definitely, and we hope to see you with the non-wings tonight as well. Once again, who do you got on the car this week that you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, just I think everybody, Roger and Scott and all the other admins that put this league on, and then you for taking time broadcasting it, and then I was up Sim Sports, and then World Tires, Catch Fence Power Roof Co, and Paints by Tune Cam, and Jessup Logistics.
Cool. Well, we will let you go and celebrate your first place tonight. Once again, congratulations.
Thank you.
That was Tyler Shell, your race winner. We are going to get the results here for the feature up on your screen. Tyler Shell brings it home in that 85 car. Mason Hannigan in the Black Diamond Motorsports 01 gets it in second, with Ernie Williams Jr. in the 91 car, bringing it home in third. Fourth place goes to Kenny Hoffman, and Nathan Davis. In fifth place goes to Kenny Hoffman, and then down the order, it's Royer, McNabb, Sheridan, Moody, Wilkie, Snook, Grease, Tischendorf, Frank, Jansen, your top 15. Jensen, the first car, a lap down with Kevin Click, Tim Nichols, Carter Chevalier, JP Schreider, Jacob Schmutz, Alex Jasinski, and Nicholas McGathy, all as well, finishing a few laps down respectively. Definitely a good race, to say the very least, here tonight. A very hard race, and definitely a statement from Tyler Shell, but also I would say a statement from Mason Hannigan, kind of showing that he is shown up, and he has showed up the race. He mentioned the points a little bit, so interesting to hear about that. Once again, we want to remind you to stay tuned for after the race, and starting in about a half an hour time, I would assume, the Wingless series going on. Roger Wagner will be in the booth there. Remember to check out the Dirt Racing Network on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, and Trovo. Trying Trovo out now. Other than that, make sure to stay tuned for some more shows later on in the week. We will thank you for joining us tonight. For myself, Zach Krieger, Roger Wagner,